Hi, I'm Phyllis Hubbard. I'm owner of Radiant Health Strategies, and my goal is to guide you on your path to radiant health. It is really important on the path to radiant health that you understand nutrition from the perspective of biophysics. And this is not explained in a typical nutrition course. Doctors aren't trained in nutrition. It's kind of hard to find this information. And so one of the things that I try to teach my clients is how to cook their food without cooking with oil. And one of my favorite things to eat are greens. I love all kinds of greens, chards and collards and spinach and so forth. But often when we cook these greens, we pour a bunch of oil in it, not realizing that the oil, even though you may be using olive oil, which is a low-fat oil, once you cook it, you kill the essential fatty acids. And the whole purpose of eating oil in the first place is to get the essential fatty acids. It is extremely important. Our bodies don't make it, so we absolutely have to have it from our food. So what I'm going to do today is I'm going to teach you how to make greens with oil without cooking the oil, and you'll find that the greens will taste better when you add the oil after. Today we are going to make red chard, and I'm going to teach you how to make red chard and any kind of greens without cooking with oil. It's really important that you do not cook with oil, because once you cook the oil, you kill the essential fatty acids. And so when I tell my clients do not cook with oil, they say, well, how am I supposed to do it? So I'm going to teach you now. So what we have is a beautiful wok pan. I prefer to use this pan because it's easier to cook with. And we put just a little bit of water in the pan. A little bit of water. And what we're going to do is we're going to saute some garlic. Now you can add variations to this if you like. You can add onions, you can add peppers, but I like garlic and mushrooms because it adds a really wonderful flavor. So we're going to put the garlic in there, and we're going to saute it until we can smell it, until it becomes aromatic. And we're also going to add the mushrooms. Now, these are baby bella mushrooms. I prefer to use baby bellas or shiitake mushrooms. And so what we're going to do is use all of these baby bella mushrooms. And we're going to saute the baby bellas on the garlic until we can smell the garlic. You have to be careful not to add too much water because we're going to add our oil in at the end, and so we don't want it to be watery. Okay, so as you can see, the mushrooms and the garlic are sauteing up nicely. We don't quite smell them yet. As soon as we do, we're going to add in the greens. And as you can see, there's not a lot of water in the pan. But you don't want a lot of water in the pan because we've washed the greens, and the greens have water in them as well. So when we add the greens, they're going to cook down and add extra water. So we don't want that. Now this is getting nice and aromatic. So we're just about ready to put our delicious red chard in here. There we go. So now it's bubbling up nicely. It's time to add our chard. So now we're going to put our chard in. This looks like a lot of chard, but if you've ever cooked greens before, you know that all of this is just going to cook down to a very small amount. So we're going to add the entire thing. This is a combination of red chard and rainbow chard, and it's absolutely beautiful. Rich in minerals and antioxidants, more calcium and magnesium than you could ever hope to get in a supplement. So we are going to just cover this up now and let it cook down a bit before we turn it. But before we do that, we're going to add a little bit of spice. I'm going to add a little bit of namashoya, which is an unpasteurized soy sauce. And the only healthy way to get soy is when it is fermented, and it has an incredible, rich, delicious flavor. So we're going to add a little bit of that. like my greens with a little kick, so we're going to add a little bit of cayenne pepper. We're going to add some turmeric, which will add even more color. I'd say about a half a teaspoon. And some fresh ground coriander. Now, coriander is a very mild spice, so you can add as much of it as you want. I'm going to add about a tablespoon, but you could actually go up to 2 tablespoons, even 3, and you will not overdo it. Coriander is a wonderful spice that is an incredible digestive aid, and it's very aromatic. It's going to make your greens taste great. So we're going to cover that up. And we're going to wait about 2 to 3 minutes until it cooks down. When it cooks down, then we're going to stir it and let it cook just a little bit more.